that's the home page
All
now. It's
right,
not
we are back
responsive
with
just
another
yet. So if we make
video
this looks absolutely
of
horrible.
coding this website. We're gonna
So I
open
think
this
what we'll
in
do now,
Liveserve
I was
real
gonna do
quick.
all the
Bring this
pages first
over.
and then do the responsiveness, but
So,
I think we'll go ahead and
not
add
open
our
that.
media queries now for the
But
stuff on the home
so this is
page.
gonna be
So
resizing
we'll just
everything
make
here.
this smaller for now, and we're
So
gonna just tighten this up a
no
little
longer will
as
do
well.
this basically.
And we're gonna have two separate
Basically
media
in styles, we're
queries
gonna have two separate media
in our style
inquiries.
CSS. The
So
first is gonna be for tablets and
first is
under,
gonna be for tablets and under,
and then we also want for mobile.
and we want
Okay, so
mobile.
tablets and under, let's say at media.
So we're gonna do
And
at
let's say
media
max width. So we'll use 768 pixels
max.
here. So anything that's under 768 is going to be
Ooh.
styled here. And then for mobile, we want to capture under
768
500.
pixels.
So at media,
And for mobile,
if the
we're
max
gonna
width
do
is 500 pixels, then
500
we'll go ahead and style
pixels.
here. Now for the menu, that's going to be fine on tablets.
And we need
even if
these
there's
brackets
more
on
items,
both
right?
them.
But on mobile,
All right.
I'm gonna change things up a little bit.
On mobile, we're gonna
first
change
of
things
all,
up.
Let's
So
say the nav bar
let's do
height, which initially is what 70 pixels. I'm gonna set it to
nav bar.
110.
The height is gonna
Because
be
what I want to do is
originally
put
70
the
pixels.
menu
We're gonna
items
put
under the
110
logo, so we have
pixels,
more room for menu items. And of course, you could add like a
and then we can
hamburger menu or something
here,
if
like
you
a
want.
hamburger menu if we wanted to.
This is long
But
enough. So
but this is the
for
basics.
flex,
We ain't gonna be
we
doing
have
that
in
shit,
navbar, we
boys.
have that
So
class
in
of
nav
flex.
bar, we have dot
And
flex.
it's a row by default. I'm going to set it to a column, so flex
The row by
direction
default,
column,
but we're
which
gonna
puts
change it
everything
to
which will put the logo and
a
the
column.
UL or the nav on top of each other.
So it
And
puts
then for
everything
the
on top of each other. So if
Nav
we,
bar UL, I'm going to add here padding 10 pixels, and I want to give it kind of a transparent background.
and now dot
So
nav
let's give it a background
bar
color of red,
UL.
blue, and alpha.
We're gonna give it
Do
padding
that, so
of
0, 0,
10
and then just
pixels
0.1,
and a
gives it
background
that kinda
color
cool
of
transparent background.
RGBA
All right, so I think that looks pretty good.
of
Let's
0,
just
0, 0,
go on to the showcase part
0.1.
here. So I'm gonna go.
So that way it's a little. Okay, let's size this. How do we? Mine's not actually. Is it working? It doesn't look like it's working. Give me a second here. Let's see if I did anything incorrect here. From what it looks like, everything's the same. Everything looks the same at least. I'm wondering how come mine isn't changing here. Huh. Media max width. We got that. Got this. Okay, we're just gonna keep working with it and just see what's gonna happen later. So up to tablet view. Hold on. So he makes his a little bigger. So say this, right? Body. He said don't type this, but I'm typing this. So he did this to figure out how big it was. But okay. So it's right here. Okay, so that's actually a good way of looking at it. So I'm wondering, we'll go back to this. I just want to see if this one actually does move. So, and we can see that it has been. That's good. So we could remove that now. And instead, we're going to first style all the grids because there is a ton of grids. And we basically just want to end up stacking everything, which is basically for tablets and under. Everything's just going to be stacked. So let's take grid and showcase that grid. We got stats. Oops. Stats.grid. CLI. CLI.grid. And we got cloud.grid. And we basically want to set grid template columns to 1FR and grid template rows to 1FR as well, which is just fractions. Yeah, so he says we're gonna have to fix some of this, which makes sense. But everything else looks fine. Everything's all good except this. So we got our showcase, which is usually set to a height of 400 pixels, but on smaller screens, we're going to want that to be bigger. So we're going to set the height to auto, which should take up the amount of the container. And we're going to style the showcase dash text. And we're going to text align everything to the center since it is a smaller screen. And we're going to add a margin to the top to push it down a little bit, which is going to be 40 pixels. And then for the form, so dot showcase form, we are going to want to move it to the center on both horizontal and vertical. So justify self justifies content, just justifies everything in self. Justified self would justify just the item you were talking about. So we're going to put center and margin to auto. And now the form's put right in the middle, which looks pretty good. Which everything else looks pretty good as well. He's saying he has a problem with the CLI area, which I sort of agree. So we're not going to copy it, but he basically copies one thing, and I'm just going to type in what it is, .cli.grid all first child, and in here we have grid column of 1/span2, and we have grid row as the same 1/span2. And instead of spanning, we don't want that. We're just going to set grid column to 1. Okay, well, that was easy enough. So then it just takes up a natural column and row, just like that. This just wraps, so that's good. Really small screen actually looks pretty good too now. So now he wants to. Well, you know what? We're gonna actually end this video because this is basically showing me how to resize properly. Uh, there was an issue with this max width, but let's actually type body in here and display none real quick, just so I could see. Yeah, so I just never hit that then, right? So what happens if I do like 550? I still don't hit that. What the fuck? We do 600. Okay, so we hit it on 600. I don't know why. I'm wondering why mine can't go lower than that actually. But okay, so we'll put 600. It will do this, which now we get these bars, which actually looks a lot better, and it does the same thing as the others. So yeah, that looks a lot better. But then we go to this is tablet view, I believe. Yes. Okay. Yeah, looks great. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna resize everything from now on. This is actually a shorter video, which for me, it's gonna be a lot easier just for me, just to like call back everything and see what I have to do. Uh, Really, it was pretty simple. You just call media and then put a different max width, and you basically change all the CSS from there. It's pretty simple. This video will be uploaded on probably tomorrow, to be honest. So probably Monday if you're watching this. Thank you. And stay tuned for the next.